The Century Zinc Mine is located in the Gulf of Carpentaria in northern Queensland. The operation commenced production during the late 90s and was the world's third largest zinc operation for 16 years prior to its closure in 2016. Ownership of the project has subsequently been transferred from major base metal producer MMG to New Century Resources, who plan to reprocess the significant tailings resource, which also rehabilitates the environmental footprint. As part of this transaction, MMG will continue to assist New Century Resources with funding towards future rehabilitation, care and maintenance activities, as well as ongoing community and stakeholder obligations. The existing infrastructure at the Century Zinc Mine remains the equal of any base metal project globally. This should allow for the reprocessing of tailings with only a limited initial capital outlay. Whilst at site, we're going to take a closer look at the existing infrastructure, the tailings that will be reprocessed and the method of extraction, the existing 7 million tonne per annum processing facility, as well as how the concentrate that is produced at site will be transported globally. But first, let's take a closer look at the infrastructure around the camp. The project is supported by significant existing infrastructure. This includes a 700-person accommodation camp, private airport, significant mobile equipment, power and telecommunications, a 7 million tonne per annum processing facility, as well as a 304-kilometre pipeline to the company's port facilities in Karumba and transshipping vessel. In addition to these zinc-producing related assets, New Century also acquired a significant phosphate project, as well as ownership in a 35,000 head cattle station which spans across more than 2 million acres. The tailings has a resource of 71 million tonnes at just under 3% zinc, which equates to over 1.9 million tonnes of contained zinc metal. Extensive studies on reprocessing of the tailings have been completed, with hydraulic mining the preferred extraction method due to its low cost, as well as allowing for selective mining, which will be beneficial as higher grade sections of the deposit are identified. In addition to the substantial tailings resource, 2 hard rock deposits with a combined resource of nearly 600,000 tonnes of contained zinc equivalent material have been defined to date. Whilst there is also a significant exploration database where at least 40 lodes have been identified. We believe it is probable, as additional hard rock deposits are defined in the future, the company may consider recommencing mining operations with hard rock and tailings ore to potentially be blended at processing. Once the tailings, or what will now be referred to as ore, has been mined, it will be transported to the processing facility via the existing tailings pipeline. The processing facility is in excellent condition and historically had a throughput of 7 million tonnes per annum. We believe this throughput will most likely increase as the ore has already been treated, therefore only limited front-end processing is required. This will lead to minor modifications to the current plant setup, as the crushing circuit, SAG mill, and one of the 2 ball mills will no longer be required. However, the flotation circuit, thickener and filters will remain unchanged. Various independent studies completed on the tailings resource has indicated recoveries of at least 50%. However, the company is currently completing further studies with the aim of increasing this recovery rate further. This should see the project produce at least 100,000 tonnes of contained zinc metal per annum. Concentrate is then transported to port via the company's existing 304-kilometre slurry pipeline. The transit time is around 72 hours, and the pipeline historically transported around 1 million tonnes of slurry per annum. Once the slurry reaches port, it is dewatered and dried. The concentrate is then stockpiled in the concentrate shed in preparation for shipping. The company owns a purpose-built 5,000-tonne barge that is used to transport concentrate from port to larger shipping vessels offshore.